In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to implement the radio button controls in Android. We are going to see how to add the controls on an Android activity, and also we are going to see how to handle the radio button click events. So when adding Android radio buttons, the first thing that we can do is to use the radio group control, and I will drag and drop it there, and inside the radio group I will add now the radio buttons. So basically what the radio group does is that when I click a radio button within the radio group, the one that I click will be activated or checked, and others will be unchecked, as we will see later in the code. So I will add the first radio button, and I will add the second radio button, and as you can see, there are my radio buttons appearing. And also one thing that I will also add is the text view control. So I will put it just above the radio group, and therefore I will switch to the XML editor, and here I can see my controls. So here I've got a linear layout, and the orientation is vertical as well, and the ID is called activity layout, and as you can see, the layout width and height are both match parent. And therefore I will change the name of my text view to label. For those coming from the Windows background, they understand that. And therefore height is wrap content, and I will add the margin or padding. Padding, I'll give it maybe 20 dp, and as you can see there, the text has changed, or rather I can also change the margin to 20, and there it is. And I can also change the text size to maybe 24 sp, and as you can see, the text size has changed. And one thing, I will have to change the text for the radio buttons, and I will do that just now. So I will open the strings.xml, and I will insert a string value, male. One is going to be male, str or string female, and the other one is going to be female, the value. So I'll come back to my XML editor, and I will change to male, and change the text here to female, and change the radio button to radio button male, and this to radio button female. So another thing that we are going to do now is to handle the click events for the radio buttons. So I will come to the main activity.java, and here I will include variables for the radio button. So then here I'll say rb male, rb female. Then for the text view, then I will just call it lbl for label. Then I will lbl initialize by define view by id, r.id dot label as I named it. Then there is the rb male equals find view by id r.id dot it's called radio button male, and rb female equals find view by id r.id dot radio button female. So my controls are already initialized. Then I will now implement the click events for the RB male and the RB female radio buttons. So I'll say RB male dot set on click listener. Then I will say new view dot on click listener, and here is where we are going to put the code for the click event, but I will also do the same for the female. Dot set on click listener equals new view dot on click listener, and therefore here I will say lbl dot set text. Then I will say you clicked male, and here I will say lbl dot set text, and I will say you clicked female. So now those are our radio buttons, and therefore I will launch this application or run it on my emulator, and therefore just give it a while, and everything looks good. And therefore when I click on male, it says you clicked on male, and when I click on female, and it says you clicked a female. So when they are on the radio group, when I click one of the controls, others are going to be unchecked, as you can see here. So that's how you implement radio button controls in Android. Thank you.